Okay, so today's movement was an absolute failure, at least in the SPY and QQQ. Many of the stocks we are keeping an eye on are still performing very well, and we are gonna analyze them in a minute. But overall, the sentiment is not that good. Now you may say, but Nathan, they SPY, QQQ, they are going up today, right? Yes, they are going up. However, look at this price action. It is not the ideal. In fact, the QQQ is making another possible top signal after rejecting the all-time high resistance level. Yes, we made a new record high on the SPY and QQQ, but we see a bearish candlestick today, which could be a possible top signal, which if materializes, we may see a very sharp correction ahead. So we gotta observe very carefully what's going on right now and react properly. Let's see, my name is Nathan. Welcome to the Finance Hydra channel, where we do analysis every single day. So welcome to another daily study. And yes, as you can see here, insanely bearish reaction. Yes, we are up 0.03%, but this candle is insanely bearish. We did a false breakout of the previous all-time high around 583, and we are now losing the 581, the previous rejection point of this bearish candle over here. So yes, although we are still maintaining the bullish bias, the QQQ is still above the 21-day EMA, we are again making another top signal. So what's the catch over here? If we see the QQQ losing today's low, this red line around 578.55, well, by losing this key point, we are going to officially trigger this top signal, which appeared right below, right after making a false breakout of the previous all-time high resistance level. So that would be catastrophic for the QQQ. In this scenario, many tech stocks are going to likely correct as well. Okay, now you may say, but Nathan, why the 578 is so important? Because again, first, today's low, right? The trigger point of this top signal. Second, on the 1 hour chart, we are still bullish, okay? See, we are making higher highs, higher lows, all right? Today, we just made a new high. Okay, so that's very nice. However, this pullback could be just another harmless pullback to the 21-hour EMA, the exponential moving average on the 1 hour chart, before another recovery. And if you ask me, by looking at this reaction by the end of the day, we may see just that. Okay, we are making a bottom signal above this 21-hour EMA. So if you ask me, Nathan, the situation is so catastrophic, is there any possibility that we may avoid this scenario? And the answer is yes. Looking at the 1 hour chart, okay, we are just making a pullback to the 21-hour EMA. Now we are reacting, but don't you agree that if we lose the 578, we are going to reject the idea of another rally, of another bullish pivot point, of another higher high, higher low, because we are losing this support level and rejecting the idea of a bottom signal above the support level. So if we see the QQ frustrating, rejecting this bullish signal right above the 21-hour EMA, yes, we may see this top signal getting triggered. In this case, a sharper correction to the 21-day EMA, to the 571, or maybe even to lower levels would be absolutely plausible. All right, but guys, remember, we don't have confirmation yet, although we saw an upwards breakout today of this 580, of this all-time high resistance level. We still see a very annoying candlestick suggesting a possible top signal in the future. As long as we see the QQQ below the all-time high resistance level, below the 580s over here, it is going to be very difficult to work with a bullish case on the QQQ. And many other tech stocks are not going to fly high, are not going to perform very well in this scenario. Now you may ask, Nathan, what about the SPY? The SPY is more complicated. Yes, on the 1 hour chart, we see the SPY maintaining its price above the 21-hour EMA, pretty much like the QQQ, okay? We are making higher highs, higher lows over here, so great. Fantastic. Now we are reacting above this 21-hour EMA. However, although we saw a false breakout of this 652.21, the previous high from last Friday, okay, the previous all-time high, the high of this candle from last week, this Friday over here, Friday, September 5. Now we are closing today precisely around 652.21. We are closing at the very, very same price level of Friday's high. So don't you agree that this is weird? Okay, some people they still underestimate the importance of working with our inflection points. Guys, it is no coincidence to see SPY closing precisely at the same price level, at the same. We are talking about an astonishing precision, all right? At the very same previous high over here. So it is not a coincidence, okay? This key point is decisive for the SPY ETF. If we close above it tomorrow or in the next few days, amazing. The idea of another bullish rally to retest the resistance line of this ascending channel would be totally valid. All right, that's how I see the SPY next if we close above 652.21, not closing at 652.21, not below 652.21, but above this key point. Okay, we gotta break it. We gotta make a real breakout as soon as possible. Only then we can work with a more bullish scenario on the SPY ETF. All right, so SPY, QQQ, they are not looking good. I know there is still hope, okay? When we analyze the 1 hour chart, yes, there is still hope for them to avoid a top signal and break their record highs, closing above them as soon as possible. But that's not what's happening right now. Okay, right now we still see their prices below our major inflection points. So guys, again, do not underestimate our inflection points, okay? Now we see Nvidia breaking our target. I told you guys, I was very clear to you guys last week, okay? Is it possible to buy this hammer on Nvidia? Yes, it's totally possible, okay? Yesterday we saw Nvidia closing above this hammer, so yes, it was a clear buy signal above a quite obvious support level, this gap support level over here, okay? Previous top level here, support level here, now support level here around this hammer candle pattern, so phenomenal bullish signal, a quite obvious price action, but right now we are closing above our major resistance level. Okay, so if you ask me, Nathan, I bought here near this support level. Okay, amazing. I'm very happy for you. Now, Nathan, is it possible for Nvidia to keep going up, to retest the all-time high resistance level up here? And again, the answer is yes. But looking at the SPY, QQQ, if we see a top signal over there, Nvidia is going to correct as well. Okay, you don't want to lose your profits. So what do I recommend? Okay, it is, I'm so sorry, it is not a recommendation, but I'm sharing a simple idea for you guys, okay? What I like to do in this very specific case, I like to set a stop gain, okay, a sell order below the 174. If we see Nvidia losing this key point, all right, possibly we're gonna see pullback, SPY, QQQ are gonna correct as well, and we may see Nvidia making another correction to the 165. All right, but we are maintaining the price above this key point. So far so good. No reason to worry, no reason to panic. Okay, just know how to lock your profits. When you work strategically, you avoid negative emotions, okay? You avoid stress, anxiety, fear of losing money, fear of leaving money on the table, okay? You can avoid all these fears if you work strategically, if you have a clear set of rules guiding you in this market. So this is one of the many strategies that I like to teach you guys here on this channel, okay? Your trade is performing very well. We broke our target, amazing. You can just set a stop gain below our previous target. In this case, if we see Nvidia going down, all right, fantastic, you're gonna book your profits. You're gonna make money. It's impossible for you to lose. If we see Nvidia going up, amazing, 183.30, that's our next technical target, okay? Nvidia is not a sell right now. It is not a buy right now because we are far away from support levels. A good buying opportunity was here near support level, all right? But it is a good moment for you to maintain your shares and work strategically, setting stop gain, knowing how to exit your position with intelligence, okay? Now we have Tesla below our resistance level. Okay, right here. It is not surprising at all. Guys, we have been talking about this resistance level for many weeks right now. Okay, $357. That's our major key point. That's a major target for us right now. Seeing Tesla making a possible rejection of this resistance level is absolutely okay. All right, it is not surprising to us here on this channel. Now, what's the key point for you? $344.84. That's the key point for you. Why? Because by losing this key point, we are going to officially trigger a top signal. We do see a top signal, okay? But this top signal wasn't triggered yet. It wasn't rejected yet as well, okay? We gotta break the 357 in order to technically reverse any possibility of a bearish reaction. So we are almost there, okay? We are still between, below this resistance level and above this support level. Now, by losing this support level, okay, top signal triggered. On the 1 hour chart, we may see a double top chart pattern. Okay, and this only reinforces the idea that Tesla may retest at least the 21-day EMA. Okay, if you ask me, we could seek lower levels like the 331 or the support line over here, this trend line, this purple trend line, which is connecting Tesla's bottoms since June this year. Okay, bottom here, bottom here, bottom here, multiple times here, and possibly here again. Okay, so that's where I see Tesla. The 21-day EMA is not so reliable anymore, okay? Tesla is violating this moving average very easily, so recently, okay? So easily, recently, all right? So I would focus on this purple trend line, all right? If we see, again, if we see Tesla triggering a top signal, remember, real trading is reactive. It is not predictive. We don't know if Tesla is going to make a breakdown or an upwards breakout, right? We have no idea. All that we know is that we are still between inflection points. Only a breakout is going to bring something new, okay? Then we can react properly. Then we'll see what happens. And of course, I'll be here because we are here every single day in this channel, analyzing the market, studying our stocks every single day. I'm keeping you guys updated every single day on the most important key points on the market. So remember to subscribe and click the like button to support this community as well, okay? You are more than welcome to join us over here. Now, we have our dear AMD. Some people believe it's AMD, right? No, it's AMD, okay? That's how we say here. Our dear AMD is below the 21-day EMA, okay? And it is making a top signal, a bearish reaction. AMD is going up 2.39% today, Nathan. Yes, amazing, good for you. Today's candle is still bearish because we are closing below the open. This suggests sell pressure intraday, right below this daily resistance level, okay? This 21-day EMA. all right? Just like we had over here, over here, over here, and over here, and over here again, all right? So let's not underestimate this key point. So what's the catch right now? See the 157.80? This key point was a previous support level here, support level here, support here, support here, resistance here, here, and support here again today, right? So what a coincidence, okay? What a coincidence. The 157.80 is still our major inflection point. So this is not surprising at all because we did identify this key point many weeks ago, okay? So to us, that's totally normal. If we see the loss of this key point, okay, you can take the idea of a serious correction more seriously, all right? Because by losing this key point, we're going to lose a major support level. We're going to lose today's low, making a top signal over here on the 1 hour chart. We're going to possibly lose this 21-hour EMA as well, okay? And here, just like Nvidia, QQQ, etc., we see a harmless pullback to the 21-day, to the 21-hour EMA, okay? So there is hope for a reaction above this support area. But don't you agree that if we lose it, we may see our dear AMD easily closing this gap over here near the 147? Because we have yet to close this gap. Okay, we are still above this key point, so gaps work as magnets when trends reverse. So maybe, if AMD triggers a top signal over here, we may see a serious correction, all right? The only way to avoid it is to reject today's bearish candle, okay, as soon as possible, closing above this 21-day EMA. Only then I'll be more convinced that our dear AMD is going to retest the all-time high resistance level. Okay, I'm so sorry, it's not the all-time high, all right? It's the 180s resistance level. Okay, I'm so sorry. So that's how I see our dear AMD right now. There is no clear signal, there is no clear buy, there is no clear sell. We have to wait for confirmation. And remember, if you want to trade with me, join our Telegram channel, okay? Join the 5% project. Only there our members have exclusive access to the stocks we are actually trading. None of these stocks are on my list right now, okay? Nvidia, Tesla, AMD. I see way better stocks right now, so I highly recommend you guys to follow me over there, okay? There, we are truly skin in the game. There, I give you guys premium content, which are worth the money, okay? There, we have hundreds of traders making money every single day. You are more than welcome to join us. And of course, it is free to try. You pay nothing to try. If you want to test, go for it. You are more than welcome to join us. Join our channel, join our live streams together, okay? We do weekly live streams so I can answer your questions, so I can talk to you guys. Guys, it's the perfect environment for you to learn how to become a consistently profitable trader, trading professionally, stress-free, emotions-free, okay? Like a true professional. So the link to my website is in the description, okay? It's right here below in the description of this video. Now we have our dear Palantir breaking the 163.20. That was the major inflection point I told you guys yesterday. I told you guys, if we break this key point, yes, Palantir is gonna make an upwards breakout of this congestion, suggesting a possible rally to the 190s. That's how I see Palantir next, okay? Could Palantir reject this idea? Of course, my dear friend, nothing is certain in this market. If you want to look for certainty, well, I'm so sorry, but this market is gonna make you miserable, okay? You will never find certainty. That's why we work with risk management. That's why we learn we have to learn very well how to mitigate our losses and maximize our profits, because we can all be wrong, okay? Being wrong is not a problem. The only problem is losing money, okay? You can, guys, actually, you can be wrong more often than not and still make money, okay? There are many strategies out there that I'm aware of, okay, that can provide you like 30% accuracy. Out of 10 trades, you lose money on 7. However, every single time you make money, you cover your losses like by 10. Okay, for every single dollar you lose, you make $10 when you make money, when you are right. So that's it. Okay, you can be a profitable trader. So it is not a matter of being right or being wrong, but of making money consistently. Okay, trading does not depend on every single trade, okay, but on the context. All right, after a series of trades, how you are performing. If you have the answer for this question, you are one step closer for becoming a professional trader. Okay, so back to Palantir. Amazing upwards breakout. Nathan, can Palantir reject this idea? Of course, but we gotta lose this support level right now, made by the 163, our previous resistance level, and the 21-hour EMA. These key points together, they are now a double support level. On the 1-hour chart and on the daily chart, we see the 21-day EMA near the 163. So yes, we have a multiple support level in 2 different time frames working on Palantir right now. So only by losing these key points, we may see true rejection and a possible bull trap. Okay, guys, as long as we stay above this key point, bullish. All right, no need to worry about the future. Okay, we don't know if we're gonna lose it or not. All that we know is that we are above this key point right now. So amazing. Palantir is still performing very well. As I told you guys, 190 is Palantir's next resistance level. Let's see if we're gonna get there or not. Either way, well, you know that I'll be here every single day to update you guys. Now we have Apple. Many people are asking about Apple, guys. Apple is dying over here, okay? There is nothing interesting in Apple right now. It is collapsing 3.23% today, okay? Today, making a very ugly bearish candle. Now, here's the trick. This candle, as far as I know, it could be an exhaustion bar. Okay, Nathan, what's an exhaustion bar? Is a massive bearish candle that appears after the bearish movement already materialized, after we already dropped a lot over here. We see another long, intense bearish candle near a support level. Okay, this could be a classic exhaustion bar. We had one over here, okay, August 1st. Okay, 1st of August, I'm so sorry. This candle over here was a classic exhaustion bar after the movement already materialized near a support level, so that's it. We may see the very same thing again. However, how to trade an exhaustion bar? You have a few options. First and safest option is to wait for the breakout of this candle's high. If this happens, okay, now you have more security that we are making a frustration, a rejection of this bearish reaction. And of course, you gotta try to understand the psychology behind this movement, because those who sold over here, imagine those who sold over here. If we see in the next few days a sequence of a bullish movement rejecting this candle, those who sold over here, they will have a loss. They're gonna suffer losses, all right? So this could feedback the idea of a possible bullish rally over here, because they have to buy back. Okay, so this only reinforces the vicious cycle of a bullish rally in this context. After all, we are still near support levels, okay? We are still going up, we are still making higher highs, higher lows. So, okay, there is still a chance, but you gotta see the rejection of this candle. The other option you have is to wait for a bullish reversal on the 1-hour chart, a higher high, a higher low. But I'm not, I'm so sorry, I'm not a big fan of this idea. I prefer the total rejection of this candle before before taking action. Okay, so that's how I see Apple right now. It all depends on how we are gonna behave in the next few days, if we are gonna reject this candle or not. All right, if we don't, okay, nice, more correction, more pullback ahead. But for now, yes, I don't see Apple as a buy, but I don't see as a sell. I see Apple as Apple. Okay, it is another dying stock. And we have ARM holdings. Okay, I know you guys like ARM holdings, so let me update my thoughts with you guys over here today. In this specific case, we see an inverted head and shoulders chart pattern. Okay, right now we are breaking the previous resistance level, making a bullish pivot point, leaving the 21-day EMA behind and leaving the 146 behind as well. So we are triggering one of the best, most powerful bullish reversal chart structures. If you ask me, what's ARM's next target? 161.36. If you ask me, we are gonna close this gap next. Okay, now any pullback could be another buying opportunity. Okay, if you didn't buy ARM over here, like us, I gave you guys the buy signal right here. Okay, it's right there on our Telegram channel. Okay, again, only on our Telegram channel I share signals in real time for you guys, so join us over there. Link to my website is in the description. Okay, free to try, see for yourself how we work. We made a phenomenal trade over here. Okay, it is performing insanely well, going up 9.47% today only. All right, so performing insanely well. I am very happy with ARM holdings. Okay, of course, considering it is a high beta stock, I was aware that any movement on the SPY QQQ could make this one explode. Okay, and right now it is exploding, but if you have ARM, if you bought with us over here, now is a good idea. Now that we broke our target, it is a good idea to set a trailing stop gain. Okay, set your stop gain below the 146, and this is it. Okay, if ARM holdings collapses over here tomorrow, in the next few days, all right, you are gonna lock some profits. Okay, that's a very nice idea. Otherwise, phenomenal. 161. This is gonna be our next technical target. No reason to worry. If you are bullish on ARM holdings, it's impossible for you to lose money right now unless you bought today after the market near the close. Okay, in this case, yes, you can lose money, but as I always tell you guys, buy near support levels. Then the risk reward ratio will be in your favor, not against you. Okay, so now, if we see pullback to the 146 over here and another bullish reaction, can we buy? Yes, maybe we're gonna see another buying opportunity to the 161 with a tight stop loss, but for now, ARM holdings is insanely bullish. There is not a single top signal, there is not a single bearish reversal on the 1 hour chart, on the daily chart, suggesting a possible bearish reaction ahead. Okay, we are still performing very well, so I do like ARM holdings. It is one of my favorite stocks right now. I'm glad we bought it over here. Now it's performing very well. We'll see. Either way, I'm gonna keep you guys updated on this channel. So again, subscribe, join the Finance Hydra channel, click on the like button to support me as well. Thank you so much for your audience, my dear friends. Stay safe. See you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.